Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time another Eden right here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Woo! Man, we had ourselves a week on the like streak. Thank you all very much. Of course, it was kicked off by the TM Trainer run and just rode on the coattails all the way through the week. We now officially have crossed 121 as we make our way towards 150. And of course, I will announce what the next like streak goal is probably next week after we're done with the weekend stream. Thank you all very much for making it possible. And speaking of possible, possibly one of the best fan arts I think I've ever seen. Brought to you by Neighborhood Most 4762. Although this was done by their friend, title thread was Invicta fan art. My artist friend drew up, and then in the thread they also said been bugging him for a while to do some Invicta themed art. He finally caved. Credit to Seth Mog K. So thank you very much, Seth. An absolutely incredible job. Unbelievable shading. I love that graffiti style, and as well as thank you to Neighborhood Most as well for recommending that some Invicta art theme. I mean, I would have never thought that my logo would have done well with the graffiti style, but you know what? I think it works. Today's gonna be Juliet 2 Delta X-Ray Quebec Alpha Quebec 8. We've starting off with Pageant Boy, so it's gonna be already. We already know what kind of run it's gonna get. Hey. You know what? Early on into the relationship, you need to know these type of things pretty much immediately about your significant other. Whether or not it's going to be a good relationship, bad relationship. You know, are we going to start off on the wrong foot? Well, let me tell you something. If your partner is starting you off with Pageant Boy and giving you 7 cents as an opening gift, you need to just get the heck out right now. I mean, take it from someone who has never been given 7 cents ever by anyone. But if I was, I can tell you that your boy would have been out of there toot sweet. All right? That means fast. Ooh, we get ourselves Capricorn. Okay. All right. Well, you know, okay. You can buy me back. You know, I mean, let's talk about this now. Okay. You know, you give me 7 cents to start with. You know, a little shaky. Maybe there's some cultural differences or, you know, maybe it's tradition in your family to give a poor amount of money to start with, but you know, we've talked about it. We learned some things about each other, and now all of a sudden, look, we're this early on. You give me two tiers ups and all stats up on that. Well, I mean, it's technically like, you know, it's an all stat up and a tiers up, but you know, Capricorn tiers up. You know what I'm saying? You know, you do that, and you've won me over. Where do I sign? Just put a ring on it. I'm done. I'm yours. You know. Where it's called a quick turnaround, sweetheart. Look it up. I am gonna bomb the donation machine here just so we can get the treasure map, obviously, because obviously it's one of my favorite items in the game. And you know, you're good. I think for now I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable with knowing that like how many gifts I've gotten like this early on into the relationship. Granted, I did have to buy one for myself, and you know I'm fine with that. I'm a self-made man. I can handle buying stuff for myself. In fact, I don't normally get gifts. 99.9% of the things that I own was bought by me. Like if I'm dating, let's put it this way: I've never had a girlfriend who just bought me a bunch of stuff, ever. Like I get like, you know, obviously Christmas presents and birthday presents and stuff, but like. Nothing of the extent of like, hey, let me get you an all stats up. I'll be like, hey, I am yours. Now you're speaking my language. Curse the Lost Nerd. As predictable as the day is long, we get a Curse the Lost after buying treasure map because that's just, you know, how it goes. We do have I don't know why I'm wasting Doctor's Remote on this. We do have a strength card, which is going to be very instrumental in helping us get a better devil deal, or at least a more efficient devil deal, because obviously it's temporary HP that does not get charged for us, but it does help us out and pay for it. It's essentially like getting like half of a devil deal for free. Think of it that way. That's what a strength card is. Also, you stonies need to back off. I'm a taken man in this one particular floor. Hourglass is hour bad compared to Doctor's Remote, which does a huge amount of burst damage and allows us to take out stuff basically like that. Although I would have preferred it hit the mini Shiro. So we went from a not great start. I mean, it wasn't bad either, but a not great start to wow, we're doing pretty okay start. Obviously, we want to try to preserve the full charge on Doctor's Remote if we can for the boss, because it's early on, especially, it has the potential to destroy and one-shot the boss. Of course, we can also use Doctor's Remote in a bind. If we don't have any bombs, we can use it for, like, you know, just a bomb. It's a bomb replacement. Comes the Immortal Flies, and this is a great room to explain the importance of making sure that you control your offensive damage. Always control your outgoing damage. Always, 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 always. Secret room should be to the left of here. Actually, I don't know. Hang on. Yeah, it is. Okay. Boss room should be adjacent to this room here. There it is. Good. So that means we're going to have Doctor's Remote for the boss. That should make the boss super duper easy. And then we'll be able to get that oh so sweet Devil Deal, which will most likely just have a floor 2 Krampus fight in there. And then I'll be very sad and salty. And then people will go in the comments, oh my God, what do you have to complain about? You got Capricorn. Yeah, that's great. But, like, you know, what would be even better is not getting a floor 2 Krampus. So let's not talk it into existence, shall we? Limehorn is almost dead. Unfortunately, we get no fire in here, and that's okay. So many people got triggered by me saying that Marrow is a bad boss item. It blows my mind, dude. Oh, wow. I will take... I mean, we have to take both of these. Like, Athame and Sulfur is just good. Doctor's Remote, you know I love you. You know I do, but we're going to have to start seeing other people. Forgot about that. When was that? That was what, Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember what day it was that we got Marrow, but I was like, you know, we need to talk about the possibility of, or maybe it was Sunday. We need to talk about the inclusion of Marrow in the bad or worst boss item drops. And everyone's like, oh, it's literally the same thing as Holy Mantle, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man. And I'm like, bro, sis, no. You need to stop this false equivalency that happens quite often in the Isaac community, in fact. I think people are just talking to talk and not actually thinking, which is, like, you know, the biggest problem in our world today anyway. But one thing that I do not agree with, and I will never sign up on, is anyone who says that Marrow is essentially the same as Holy Mantle. There is no fiber in my being that will allow that to happen, right? And I know what you're getting at. I understand to an extent of your crazy world. I understand to an extent where you're trying to say, well, the equivalent there is that as long as you can refill the heart, you won't take damage, right? I understand that. But here's the thing. With Holy Mantle, guess what? If it expires and you get hit again, it doesn't go away permanently, okay? It is not Holy Mantle. I repeat, on the record, anyone who tries to equate Marrow as the same as Holy Mantle is a crazy person. There is not a world that exists in any of the multiverses that I will ever be on board with that idea. That is just lunacy to me. Okay? I understand the point that people are trying to make. I really do. I truly understand. I get it. But I'm not on board with this. I am not. So if you want to roast me for saying that Marrow is bad, in the defense is, well, you can't say Marrow is bad if you think that Holy Mantle is good. Then put me square in the roasting column. That's fine. I've been called way worse for less. All right. I get fired up when people are like, oh my God, you just don't even know what you're talking about anymore. You have all this prejudice against these good items. Dude, Marrow is not Holy Mantle, bro. It is not. And I will scream that from the rafters. All right? Great golden bomb there. we get to get 2 Guppy items up in here? I mean, that is just value right there. Even though we're not getting much because it's Guppy's hairball, hey, that is 2 Guppy items. That is excellent. We should go into the curse room here. We are going to lose half of a soul heart. One of those all-important red hearts, which is like, you know, basically the same as Holy Mantle. We have not found the secret room, which we should go find, although looking at the map, I'm starting to think that they may have put it south of the cursed room, which in that case, I am not going back, but let's see. It might be here. It could be there. Oh, it is there. Well. Fortunately, we don't have any keys, so we can't go into the challenge room. And the strength card is just going to be overall better for us than a Hagala's rune. Than a Hala Edis rune. I'll figure some dumb way to make that into the vernacular. There's darkness. Okay. Oh, you just go on and you just go on and do the damn thing there, the Thame. I'm just gonna be here, just, you know, wasting sulfur. Thame was like, stand back. Here's my opinion on Marrow. The Isaac community cracks me up, man. It is funny. But what is cool about, what's great about Isaac is that you can have all kinds of takes on literally anything in the game and be as right as you are wrong. You know, and the fact that things can be discussed so passionately about the same game, like we all play the same exact game, but have wildly varying opinions about stuff, is truly remarkable. I mean, you know, discussions, debates, you know, the tier list, obviously people are you're either gonna love or hate the tier list, I can tell you that right now. I guess I could have just walked over there and not used a bomb, but oh yeah, we don't have keys. That's all right. Totally forgot about that. Okay, here's the last thing I'm going to say about Marrow and Holy Mantle. Then I promise you I'm done with it, this episode anyway. Holy Mantle is not replaced by simply getting a Bone Heart. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Knock on wood if you're with me. You know what I mean? You get a Bone Heart and it can drop from a trinket, or from the finger bone, right? That's how easily replaced Marrow is. And Marrow takes up a boss item drop. That's the real crux of the problem, is that it's a boss item drop. Right? That's the biggest problem that I have with the equivalency of Marrow to Holy Mantle, other than just the fact that it's just simply not true at all. I think that's a real stretch, even for the most diehard of debaters out there. We're talking like Olympic gymnastics stretches there. That was a bad dodge there. I could have been clipped by that champion. Not that it would have hurt us, of course, because, you know, we have Holy Mantle, but sure would love to get a key, though. Sure would be neat. Sure would be swell. Frag Mega is going to be dead Mega. An HP upgrade, which is... Yep. Okay, so now we got to look for our secret room, which is surprisingly not there. I'm going to go in the big room because we have the death card. Even though there's nothing probably adjacent to it, we need to just try to get a key. What am I looking at in here? Okay. So, if we can get... Ooh, boy. We can go in the curse room, but we're not going to get a key out of there. I definitely do not want to skip an item room. Like, we're still going to be okay if we miss one item room, but it's not ideal. We could take Perfection back instead of having the Bloody Crown. The Bloody Crown is just so dang good, and we're about to, I mean, we're about to start utilizing it very soon, so. E? Oh. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking. So now we can go into the curse room. I feel comfortable with going here. We get Guppy! Oh, baby. Thank you, Diplopia. Well, actually, it was thank you, Fallen and Diplopia. Let's give credit where credit's due. We get a floor 4 Gupster. When was the last time that happened? And none of them out of the devil deal either, which is even more insane. I was going to say insaner, but that doesn't sound quite right. Super Serum should be here. Yep. And as much as I would love Quad Shot, we are not getting that in 2 keys. In fact, I think it would be a detriment for us to lose 2 keys on that. Card's always good here. Obviously, Guppy is fantastic with us having Sulfur because we're now going to be able to proc the flies off of Brimstone. And then it also combines with that sweet, sweet damage upgrade we get from Sulfur as well. The Strength card is still important here. It's important enough for us to actually take it and then come back for the Emperor card. So what we can do is we can just do a little bit of a shifty play here, and we can keep dropping both tarot cards as we make our way towards the end of the level just to save us some time. We could do that. I'm not going to, but I'm just saying you could. 2 nickels here would be real great. And again, the reason why the Strength card is important here is because we can use that temporary HP to get ourselves a half-off devil deal, essentially, and not be penalized for it. So now that we've got Guppy, we need to start talking about overall our stats and, you know, where do we stand on this run. Our tier effects, particularly Athame, are going to be carrying us for the majority of this early to mid game here as we transition into the mid game. And that's good because it's a fantastic tier effect. It's top tier. It's S tier. Spoiler alert. But we need to get some more movement speed. We need to get some more tears rate. We need to get some more damage. We're good for now. Capricorn obviously was huge for us. Sulfur, again, you know, we've already talked about the value of Sulfur. And now we need this to be combined with some more good stats. So, you know, maxing out our tears rate, getting more damage so we can have better flies, so Guppy can be more, you know, more efficient with killing and clearing rooms and stuff. All that stuff is important. But we're going to be okay on HP. We can take risks because our damage is so high currently in the mid game. That is the thing. Currently is the key word there. This is not what I would consider to be a comfortable amount of damage that we're doing for the end game, but right now we're okay. Again, for now. And, you know, sometimes whenever you're playing Isaac, if you find yourselves starting to struggle a lot, sometimes vocalizing what you have and what you need is all part of that plan. I like to tell people, you know, if you ever get into a funk in Isaac and you're running into a rut, you don't know where to go, you know, you're not really doing great, try to work things out in your brain, but also vocalize stuff to yourself, or say it out loud, you know. I mean, don't be a bother to somebody, but, you know, yeah, especially if like you're talking to yourself in bed at like, you know, 4 in the morning. I don't recommend that unless you live alone, then it's no big deal. But understanding what you have and what you need is all part about formulating a game plan to beat the game. And I've said it many times before, and I'll continue to say it. It's extremely valuable. Very, 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 very valuable. to be able to say, hey, I recognize what I want and what I need in this run to win, and I promise you your win rate will go up. I promise you. It might seem stupid. I forgot the Emperor card. It might seem stupid, right? You might be like, come on, like it doesn't. That's not going to make a difference. Like, you know, you're just talking to talk. I'm telling you, it works on many different levels and many different aspects of life, including games. You know, telling yourself, hey, this is what we need. It may seem redundant. It may seem ridiculous. Like, yes, of course, we know we need damage. Like, that's not insightful. You're surprising nobody with that amount of insight. But I promise you that you will find yourself being more focused on the game and recognizing problems early on and being able to be like, you know what? Invicta was right. I think that making myself take a mental note of what we need and taking stock, that's a big thing. Taking stock of what we've got will help you understand advantages where you may not have normally seen any. You know, like finding a secret room, finding something, taking an item that you normally wouldn't have taken, except you recognize that we're in the mid game and we're in a little bit of trouble situation. You know, that sort of stuff. So, you know, I don't say all this stuff just to say it. It's important for being a better player at Isaac. This coming from, you know, not the best player in the world, but, you know, from someone who plays the game kind of a lot. I mean, I have played this game a little bit. So, it might surprise you, I know. Especially when I, you know, do stuff like forget my Emperor card that I just so meticulously planned out on the last floor. Try it. Try it. That'd be today's question. Even though I know I said I was going to be putting the questions at the end of the episode, but try it. That'd be today's question. Have you ever taken my advice, like talking to yourself, trying to list down what you need, taking a mental note of things, and have it work out the way that I said it would? Not because I want to say, haha, I told you so, but I'm curious to see how many people actually listen to the commentary. Has my advice ever worked out for you and Isaac? I would love to know. As they straight up tears up, and we were going to straight up take that. I'm going to use half of a soul heart to go into the curse room here, and I wish I didn't, but get a little bit of extra flies and spiders. And we are going to waste our last key, because that was all by design. Right. So, not a great floor for us, but we did get a tears up, which is fine. And Mucor Mycosis, of course, is okay. The damage up from the negative is real nice. Okie dokie. So curse rooms are now no longer an option, unless if we're down to our Bone Heart, aka our Holy Mantle. Because they now cost us one full red heart of damage to get out of. Even though we have flying, it still costs us a full heart, and that is not something that I'm going to allow to happen. Because curse, especially since we already have Guppy. That's another sort of linchpin in this thing too, is that we've already got Guppy. So the maximum things that we would get out of a standard typical curse room would be like, let's say, a chest with 2 soul hearts, right? So yeah, we would profit 1 soul heart, but at the risk of possibly losing 1 soul heart. That's not worth it. That's not good. That's not a good business plan. Normally, you would say, well, you know what? We need to get Devil Deal so we can get Guppy. Guppy is usually the primary motivation to go into curse rooms. Actually save ourselves a room here by going in this room. We're gonna have to go in an oblong room either way, so this is what sulfur is for. That succubus getting a kill down there from a Thame, we didn't even see it. And, you know, me working out, like, you know, well, what's the best thing that we could get out of a curse room? Trip to the Devil Deal? 9 lives. We've already got Guppy. 9 lives would be nice, but what are the honest to God true chances of us getting 9 lives in this curse room right here, right now. Probably not very good. Now, are you going to bet your future? 78%, by the way. Are you going to bet your future HP on a not very good chance? I hope not, because you're playing way riskier than I am. %. Mm-hmm. Thanks to the treasure map, we know where we are not going to be going, which is going to be southeast. I saw that shot. I saw that floater. It was scary. Secret room should be to the left of here. Buttless Chub. Ain't got no butt. Oh, we got sucked in by both of those vortexes. Yeah, I think taking a double charge here is a good idea. There we go. Super secret room's pretty much guaranteed to be right there, except we don't have a bomb. Now we do. Actually, I have 2 bombs now. How do I know it's here? Because look at the arrow made by the red poops. That was kind of pointing over here. You know, people like to make fun of poor old Sinvicta. Like, oh, he's crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. He don't know a thing about this game. He only played it for 9 straight years. Can't listen to that guy. Then you see on the Sinvicta Reddit forum that, my God, Neo Matrix gift or GIF. He was right all along. Yeah, hey, look, I'm just telling you what I know. I'm just trying to help y'all. All right? You guys and gals help me every single day by leaving comments, clicking the like button, starting your own like streak and comment streak goals. You know, and I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to pay it back. Just pay it forward. I know what I say may not always translate so well, but I'm just trying to help you. Help me help you. Krampus fighting our last devil deal was actually not that big of a deal, especially when he gives us lump of coal. Thank you, Krampus. I'm going to take the half heart just to fill up our bone marrow heart. Stuck with us miraculously for this long. Mr. Guppy's eye, we get to see there's another soul heart right meow. Oh, Monstro 2. Okay. Okay, so apparently when I just want to leave the room and let a Thame just do all the damage, I just simply use sulfur. Lump of coal is going to allow us to deal more damage every time that we are shooting our tiers, and basically the longer the travel distance of the tier, the more damage it's going to do. Lump of coal is a very good damage multiplier in that sense. Scales very, very well. I'm surprised it didn't hit there, because it's not there. It's over here. It's not there. It's over here. Well, obviously it's not there. It's got to be here. I mean, what kind of idiot would think it would be up there? Yeah, again, another double charge here on sulfur for Stanley is going to be real nice. Go. Not even gonna. We don't even need to lay a bomb here. There we go. Get that sweet, sweet succubus damage here. Then what you want to do is start in the corner and then just move back ever so slightly. Let him drop the hooves. And there you go. No big deal at all. Perfect, Stanley. What did we drop Bloody Crown for? What trinket did we drop Bloody Crown for? I don't remember. Picked up something and now it's gone. Empty Vessel is essentially just going to convert our Bone Heart into 2 Soul Hearts. Then Duality. Duality be fun. Don't think we want Rotten Baby, though. Vengeful Spirit's just kind of not great. Much like a lot of the Wisp items, it's not phenomenal. Got Daddy Longlegs over here. There's Empty Vessel kicking in at the 25-20 mark. You're gonna see me taking advantage of using the joystick. The item, not like, you know, a joystick. I would never play this game with a controller. You couldn't pay me to play this game with a controller. Oh, you jerk. $26 on the dot, which means that the next one's going to be 27.20. This is where we just have to trust the process and let a Thame go ham here. Which now sucks because we're going to need a double charge. I got an item. We're going to need sulfur for Lamb. Can we beat Lamb without sulfur? Yes. Do I want to? Not really. No. I'd rather backtrack and spend another minute and a half trying to get a surefire win rather than, what I will say is this. What I will say is that Lump of Coal scales without you using sulfur. That is true. And the amount of damage that your flies do, I don't think care about the scaling on Lump of Coal. So it comes down to how fast do you fire and can you proc the mulligan flies with Lump of Coal versus sulfur. And the answer is sulfur is going to proc way more flies. Way more flies. Yeah, I thought it was there, but... And also remember that sulfur has a built-in damage upgrade whenever we use it. So, yeah, there's way more incentive for us to go get sulfur here. Lamb's already dead. Now goes the corpse, and yeah, we'll do a victory lap. Second seed, Mike, Juliet, Zulu Bravo, Quebec 9, Papa 4. Rejoice, everybody. I have some very big news to share. I have bought new battery backups. So these are state-of-the-art, brand new as of like 2022, but they're still new enough for me. And I've tested it. The computer, the internet stuff, all that stuff is now on a battery backup system. So I no longer have to worry about losing a recording or stopping a stream because we lost power. Now, if we lose internet, that's another thing, because obviously, my ISP is not incredible, but at least I don't have to worry about ever losing a recording ever again, or having to end, hurriedly because we have a storm, because I'm worried about the power flickering your stuff. So I'm very happy about that. That was a good purchase, a very good purchase. They're like $170 for the amperage that I needed. I tested the computer on a testing unit. Oh my God, is that 2 Capricorn? What in the hell? No, Hank, this is crazy. But yeah, they're like $170 or so on Amazon, and they're totally worth it. Especially if you have like really sensitive stuff that needs to be backed up and saved. Or something else to think about is like if you have like, a CPAP machine or something like that you need to sleep, like this is a perfect solution in case if you happen to lose power while you're sleeping. It's a terrible feeling when you breathe with a CPAP machine only for you to all of a sudden get no air. I mean, it doesn't suffocate you, but it's enough of a shock that you're getting no more air, and to wake me up anyway. Yeah, we'll take this. We'll take this. We will go start out Team Angel deal, and I'm going to start off with Monstrance. All right, Team Angel deal. All right, I see you. Monstrance is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. it's a purchase that I wish I would have made years ago. So, long time coming. Now I did have a battery backup surge protector, but it did not have enough juice to run the computer. And if I lost power, then I would just lose power. That was it. So, this one's actually able to run my entire system full blast for 9 minutes. So that's enough time for if I'm recording or streaming, or whatever, to at least be like, hey, I'm about to lose power. I think I need to end the recording, and then then I can, if I have to. I don't like going into Vegas and editing anything, but if I had to, I could at least stitch them together. That way, it wouldn't be 2 episodes. And let everyone know, like, hey, by the way, the power is about to go out. I'll play the rest of this run whenever I can, but I don't have to worry about losing all the footage and it getting corrupted because of recording an MP4. This is a bold-faced lie. Watch, it's gonna be Steam sale. Okay, take that back. I apologize, Guppy's Eye. You just normally lie to me is all. You ahead of the keeper. Secret room's north of there, by the way. We just don't have any more bombs. Tears rate's looking phenomenal here. We're looking good, we're looking good. We had a rocky start with our Paget boy start, and then it turned into something beautiful. And look at us now. Look how far we've come, babe. Another tears up, I tell you what. Not gonna do anything because we have double Capricorn, which breaks the tears cap by a whole point. But you know what? It's a thought that counts, and I appreciate that. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. On God, FR, no cap. Yeah, I'm usually the one buying my girlfriend something. Usually almost never the other way around. And I'm a notoriously difficult person to buy stuff for, too. I will say that. I fully admit that, because if I see something I want, I usually buy it. To a certain extent. I'm not going to be like, oh, 17 million pounds of gold sounds pretty good right now. Like, that's not going to happen. But you know what? Claw machine? If I had a bomb, I would have laid it. You're lucky. Oh, you know what's coming. Did I do that all the way? Did I go all the way back just to do that, despite an imaginary claw machine in a video game? Who do you think you're watching? You know I would do that. I'd do it again. Not worth our time to do all that for a simple HP up that's not going to matter in the long run. Monstrance, by the way, is an angelic item that will deal damage. It's kind of like giving you like a holy aura that deals minimal amounts of damage to things that stay in there. But if anything is dumb enough to go into the inner circle, the inner ring there, then yeah, then they get lit up pretty nicely. Even at a base damage level, like it's still kind of nice. We finally get some kind of movement speed, which I am all about. And there's Isaac's tear detonators again. Since the claw machine was not fun enough. Another tears up, which is getting out of hand now, and a whole bunch of HP, which we don't care about. And I can't get the key piece because we don't have enough bombs. Trying to think what the biggest gift that I got from girlfriend was. Like, I see posts on Reddit from, like, from people who are like, you know, oh, my girlfriend or my boyfriend bought this PS5 for my birthday, or like just he randomly got me these amazing shoes. I mean, I'm not a shoe guy, but like I'm just saying, I'm just sort of vocalizing here. And like, man, people are out here buying their significant others PS5s. I think the best I got was like, hey, I'll pay for your Subway today. Like, and that was really special to me. I was like, hey, thank you. You don't have to do that. I feel like I have to sort of pay, but you know, for any other reason other than that, like I just feel bad. Like I feel almost. What world was that? I feel almost like guilty if I let someone else pay for my food. Doesn't matter if I'm dating them or not. I'll feel guilty even if we're not dating. Again, not really worth our time to run and pick apart that room. Like, do we need money? I mean, we don't need it. It'd be nice to have, but it's not that huge of a deal. This run has been long over. This run was over the moment that we got that double diplopia for the Guppy's hairball. We get old bandage, another HP upgrade. Good. And we do have a stars card for the boss rush, which is also nice. Another Curse the Unknown. That's kind of, again, whatever. Hermit card. I'll take the hermit card because normally the shop is located closer to the boss room than the item room is. Actually, I know that the boss room is going to be to the left. Going to be on the west side. How do I know? Well, it's just the shape of the map and that little hook underneath the curse room there. Kinda gives it away, but I could be wrong. I've been known to have been wrong once or twice in the past. Be up here too. It's not. Oh my God, what is this? We actually don't need Torn Photo. As crazy as that sounds, we don't actually need it. But I am gonna open up for these troll bombs. So at least we can replenish our. At least we can replenish our stats. We already have the compass. I could have swore that we had the compass. Guess we don't. So used to looking at the map here and just knowing where I'm going. There we go. Super room's pretty much guaranteed to be there. Full card, nah. Well, I mean, full card's gonna be as close to our item room, so it's less. That's less backtracking. We say no thank you to the boss rush. Hey, Team Angel deal kind of bummed me out a little bit. Not gonna lie, you're kind of ruining my buzz. This is why we don't take Team Angel deal. I guess Epa 4, because our tears rate is pretty good already. So it's just going to get even more gooder. Down here, call that more gooder? Got some of that more gooder stuff. Yeah, you're still firing, aren't you? Team Andrew deal. I'm disappointed in y'all. Truly, I am. Did that so we can get out of the curse room without having to use our soul heart. But it doesn't matter because we're just gonna go in here anyway. I didn't mean to take that, but I guess I will. I mean, it gives us shot speed. It's not an insignificant item. It's just an item that's not going to matter that much. However, Charge Baby, I didn't know that you were in here. My bad. I didn't mean that. The thing is that I already spent a bomb to get that nickel, and then now you're going to charge me a second one, and you know what? I refuse. I'm not part of this. I will not be privy to whatever plans you're concocting over there. So go for it. And another Curse of the Lost after getting the compass. So that is twice now that, again, like clockwork, if we get any kind of mapping, it's guaranteed to give you some kind of Lost. That is guaranteed to happen. Maybe Curse of the Lost is just like a Bone Marrow fan. Do this. Do this, yeah. There we go. See, no problem at all. Use sulfur here just to speed things up through this room. Now, is it proper form to leave keys behind? No, not. I mean, if you need keys, then you should take keys. Do we need keys? No. Should we take keys? I mean, if you really want to play like maximized, making sure you're taking precautions against all possible avenues. By the way, all the dead ends have now been found. Congrats, everyone. High five. We did it. Scenarios, then like, yeah, sure. Take all the keys that you want. Am I going to do that? No. You know why? Because we already have 38 keys at the time of that key dropping, and I don't think we're going to get any kind of pivoting off of a 39th key. Unless, of course, we had to backtrack anyway, because, of course, it's Curse of the Lost. We have no idea where we're going, so I guess if it's in the way, it just happens to be there. Another dead end, by the way. All right, good. We did it, everybody. How does he do it? How does he do it? Surely he has to be doing it just purposely now, right? Okay, good. Found another dead end. Good job, everyone. High five. We did it again. How does he do it? Et cetera, et cetera. I don't know where the hell I have not been at this point. But it is always a feat. It is always a triumph of Sinvicta luck and Sinvicta navigation. Being able to find every wrong way to go, despite not being able to know where we're not supposed to go, is a trademark Sinvicta trait. An oddball. What was that? There's an oddball pairing there of Old Dookie and Sister Viss. I mean, Godhead, sure. Is it something that's gonna, like, you know, really take this run to the next level? I would say probably not, but you know, Godhead, it's great to see you. No, I mean, like, it's just like in Jurassic Park. It's like Claire, what's her name says. You know, Bryce Howard Dallas. She's like, you know, no one's excited to see a dinosaur anymore. Like, well, that's not true, but I understand where you're kind of coming from. It's like no one's excited to see Godhead anymore. You know, they nerfed it too many times. Why can't they just leave it alone? You know, too many cooks stir the pot. Something. Or maybe it's too many cooks ruin the broth. I think that's what it is. I guess it doesn't really matter how many cooks stir the pot. You can use unlimited cooks. It's still going to get stirred the same way. So, Eucharist right at the very end is probably not going to be that helpful. I have a confession to make. This is going to surprise a lot of people. Maybe some of you who know my background and my musical taste. Maybe it won't. I cannot get that song "Levitate" out of my head by Dua. What's her name? Dua Dewey Mega Doo Doo. It's too catchy for its own good, man. And like I heard it once on someone's Whatnot stream, and I cannot stop listening to it. It might be a problem. Might be a severe problem, but man, it's too catchy. It is a straight up earworm. It's like it's got a disco beat. It's got like a dance beat. I mean, it's got all kinds of good beats on it. The lamest part about that song is the baby part. Well, that and where she's talking about like she calls you her sugar boo. I've never been one into the pet name things. That's never been my dig. sure, why not? Jolly Bill, own Spurs. Okay. Hermit card kind of helped a little bit. Parasite, which turned into Gemini on a Mimic chest. That's a neat game. This is why I have trust issues with Guppy's Eye. That's one of those Keck W moments. Yeah, the lyric of when she says my sugar boo, I'm kind of like, I feel like the writers could have come up with something a little bit better than that. I mean, like, I understand, like, it's like it's a pet name thing, and you know, if you're into that, then that's fine. I'm personally not into that. I think if my girlfriend ever called me her sugar boo, it depending on context, I would be like, can we talk about this for a second? There's like a million different options that I'd love to be called more so than sugar boo. And no, this is not an excuse for people to start drawing fan art of you or someone else calling me their sugar boo. Right? So I'm just going to get this out front. Okay? I'm just going to get that out of the way right now. I'm hoping that Charge Baby gives us another charge of Sulfur here against Mega. Mega Stan. Okay. Damage is looking kind of okay. It's not great. We've seen way more dominant damage here in Mega Satan. Look at that money. Imagine if we had the Charge Penny or the Blessed Penny. Or Money Equals Power. That'd be great. Have the Keeper really paying out here. Yeah, I can't stop singing that song in my head, and I hate it. I hate it, but I'm also like, you know, you can fly away with me tonight. You can fly away with me tonight. You know, like, I'm like, I can't. My brain won't let me stop. If this were social media, I'd try to be cute and be like, send help. Stuff always... Social media is just... It's hilarious and also, like, the cringiest thing in the world to me. Someone's like, I've got an addiction to chicken tenders right now. Send help. Oh, we did get a Delirium portal, so I guess we're mandated by the scroll of the mosh pit that we have to go fight him now. I think one of my least favorite social media sayings is like, so-and-so is a national treasure. We must protect them at all costs. I think I've talked about this before. Like, it's weird and possessive and just, I don't know. Like someone's like, Nicolas Cage is a national treasure. He should be protected at all costs. Oh my god, we went straight to Delirium. That was Delirium? That was we were 3 rooms from Delirium? I don't even remember what I was talking about anymore. I'm so surprised. That might be the fastest we've ever gotten to Delirium outside of having like a Lucky Emperor card. But man, oh man, what a run. This run was sorted from the beginning. We had I'm still surprised that it took us 54 minutes to get here, but given how decent our damage was and, you know, how early we had Guppy, really it's a testament to how decent our damage wasn't. With everything that we had here, you know, having only 7.83 damage is really not all that impressive, although we do have, you know, Lusty Blood, so... Do we have Lusty Blood? We did take Lusty Blood, didn't we? No. What is giving our... Oh, it's Sucky. I'm an idiot. Look, it's been a long day. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, click the like button. Leave a comment down below. And like I said, if you... I'd love to know for the question of the day. And I'll be reading some responses on next week's video. I think what I'm going to do for the questions of the day, I'm going to let a week go by so the days coordinate. So like Monday's questions will be read Monday, Tuesday's questions will be read Tuesday, and that sort of thing. And so I can see some responses and stuff. I'll put it on the second monitor and just read them while I'm going through going through the typical Isaac episode. So, but yeah, that'd be the question today is, have you ever taken any of the Sinvicta advice and has it worked out for you? Are you finding yourself having an improved win rate in Isaac, or does it just not register in your brain at all because you use these to sleep? I'd love to know your thoughts. And of course, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, everyone. Have a great start to your early weekend. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Avery, Missy, and Katoryu. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.